Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup video. You guys have been requesting for me to do more makeup videos on my channel, so here you go. I am so excited about this video because I'm going to be sharing with you guys a bunch of new makeup products from Sephora. We have Tati Beauty, the Blendiful that I'm sharing. I'm really excited to show you guys how that works. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you are not already. I am planning on doing this same sort of video with like drugstore products, so if you're interested in that, definitely do not forget to subscribe. And I also wanted to let you guys know I am filming this intro and outro on a different day. Basically, I got a new camera this year, and that was the first makeup video where it's like really up close to my face that I've tried to film with my new camera, and the lighting is not great, and I'm really sorry. I think the makeup portion of the video, I can kind of edit it and it'll be fine, but the intro and outro, the lighting was just horrible. So I'm sitting down, I did my makeup the exact same as I did in the video. If it looks a little different, that is why. I wanted to mention the only thing that I did different on my face today is I did use a lip liner with the Pat McGrath lipstick, and you will see what I mean at the end of the video if you watch that far. But I did use a lip liner, and I do like the way my lips look a lot better now than when I did them in the video. So I used the KKW Beauty lip liner, and I think the shade Nude 1, and then I went in with the Pat McGrath lipstick, and I think that just looks a lot better. I overlined them just a little bit and it looks much better. So I definitely recommend lining your lips. So if you're at all interested in seeing how I achieved this look right here, then definitely keep on watching. This is my first makeup video that I've done on this new camera, so hopefully everything is good. So the first thing that I'm really excited to try is the Tati Beauty Blendiful. So I know a lot of people have already done reviews on this product and everything like that, but I want to try it out, and I have had this for a few days now, and I have been just saving it because I wanted to do this on camera. So I just opened it, and of course, I'm sure you guys have seen this already if you watch a lot of makeup videos, but it does come with the bigger little powder puff sponge, and then it comes with the smaller one that is in the shape of a heart, which is so freaking cute. I'm not gonna go too much into it. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but pretty much it is just a like furry sort of sponge here. So really nice, and it feels great on the skin. I'm gonna talk while I apply because we have a lot to get through today. So for primer, I'm using this new Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. Like I said in the beginning, I have tried some of these products, some of them I haven't. I have tried this once and I did like it pretty well. I usually apply primer with my fingers, but we want to use the Tati Blendiful, so I am just going to pump a couple pumps here on my hand. I'm nervous. I'm just going to take this. Actually applies really nicely. I really didn't expect this to be able to blend it in. I thought that it would kind of like attach to one place and then it wouldn't blend it all over my skin. Like, I really thought it was only going to get like certain areas. It's actually really nice. I really like it. I am someone who is not a huge beauty blender fan. I use it every day, but you guys are going to hate me, you guys that use the beauty blender every day. I don't wet it every day. I know you guys are probably cringing, but I don't, and honestly, I'm just like, I don't feel like getting up to like wet my beauty blender every day, and I don't like how my foundation applies with a wet beauty blender. So I like that you use this dry. I really like that. I think it's really convenient. I think it, for me, is going to give me a fuller coverage effect, which I prefer. So with this foundation, it's supposed to be a long wear foundation grip. It's supposed to prep, smooth, and perfect your skin. I do like this. I'm usually someone who likes a silicone based primer that is like a pore filling primer, which is what Tati says her Blendiful works best with. So I will definitely have to try that out as well. But I think it worked great with a primer like this too. I would say this is more of like a moisturizing primer, but then once it gets on your skin, it's kind of like matte, where it like, I feel like it will grip your foundation and make it stay on longer, so that's pretty cool. I've only used it once, but I did really like it when I used it. So yeah, that's all I can really say about it right now. I am going to be using a new foundation. This is the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. So I have used this once already and I really liked it. This is a medium coverage foundation, which if you guys watch me do makeup videos a lot, you know that I'm usually a full coverage type girl. So this was a bit of a change for me, but I actually really enjoyed it and I'm excited to see how it applies with the Blendiful. I'm just going to take the same side that I applied primer with because they're kind of gonna, you know, go together anyways. Moment of truth, guys. Here we go. I will say when I applied this foundation the other day with a brush, I feel like I definitely got a fuller coverage finish, but I mean, this is definitely convenient. I should have done like a one side with the brush, one side with the Blendiful. I don't know, it is kind of looking like a little tiny bit streaky. I do like being able to like just drag this down my neck like that. It's really easy to blend it in with your neck. I feel like the more I try to apply foundation to an area, it kind of like takes it off almost, the more I like pat. I don't know, that could just be me. And like I said, I am trying this with a foundation I've only tried once, so I'll definitely have to give you guys an update. If I continue using it and I like it a lot, I'll put it in like my February favorites or something like that. As of right now, I definitely like the way this foundation applied better with just my, this is a dirty brush, but my Fenty Beauty brush. And I really liked the way it applied with this. Like I said, guys, I've always just been more of a brush person for foundation. I don't know, that's just me. Let's move on to concealer. For concealer today, I'm going to be using the Hourglass, what is this called exactly? The Hourglass Vanish concealer, I think, and mine is in the shade Sepia. I have been trying this. I've used this pretty much every day since I got it, so I think that's the past 4 days, which is unheard of for me, guys. I am a Shape Tape girl to my core, so for me to be using another concealer, you know, it's probably pretty good. I do really like this, so I am just going to apply this with the brush here. I really like the brush on this concealer. It's really good for under your eyes specifically. As you can see, it just sweeps right on. So I usually do under my eyes. I do a little bit right here. I am going to be putting on a little bit more concealer today just because, like I said, that foundation didn't go as full coverage as I wanted it. So we'll go a little crazy with our concealer today. Fold this like Tati did. And where should I start? I guess I'll start down here. This concealer, I will say, does dry a little faster than my Shape Tape. So I do have to work a little more quickly. But I find that I can still blend it in pretty easily, even if I let it sit on there. So concealer is the one thing that I do use a beauty blender for. So that is kind of what I will be comparing this application to. I don't know, guys. I feel like my face just looks a lot more textured than it did when I did use these products the other day. I don't want to be like that, but maybe that's just this mirror, this lighting, because I do have like my bright light out, of course, so I'll have to turn that off in a minute and just look in my regular mirror and see if it looks the same as it did the other day. You guys ever do that where you do your makeup in bright lights and you're like, dang, this is not that good, like I look kind of shitty, and then you'll go into like a normal lit place and you're like, oh wait, I actually look really good. That's always the best feeling. So I'm kind of just using this whole thing like folded up like a little taco. I will say this is good for that because I don't like sweeping with my beauty blender. I just feel like it grabs too much product and it can kind of remove it, whereas this is kind of made to do a sweeping motion. So I will say it's really easy to blend things out better. Okay, so obviously with this light you're gonna be able to see like a lot more than you would just like every day. So I think it's looking as good as we're going to get it. We don't want to add too much and then like really cake it on. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. But like I said, with this foundation, I did like it the other day when I used it, but I did apply it differently. I applied it with my Fenty Beauty foundation brush, which I love. If you're a brush girl, you're gonna love that brush. It's great. And I have been liking the Hourglass Concealer. I think it's really, really good. It's really full coverage, and I would say really similar to Shape Tape. Anyways, okay, let's move on. So powder, I'm just using my normal Laura Mercier powder. I did want to try baking with this because I think that is one of the things that she said you could do and everything. Sorry guys, my ears like really hurt on these. What about you guys? So I'm just going to grab some powder and kind of place it right there. I've actually never set this concealer before, so I feel like it'll be good. And I feel like this, like baking, will reduce some of the texture that I feel like I'm seeing on my skin. So for brows, I did pick up this product. I actually just got it today. But it looked pretty interesting. It's called the Big Ego. It's by Tarte, and this is the Sketch and Set Brow Pencil and Tinted Gel. So I thought this was interesting. You guys know how I feel about my Benefit Brow Pencil. I love that. That is what I use every day, but I thought it would be interesting to switch it up. It matches my nails. How cute. I should go in with the pencil side first, don't you guys think? So I got mine in the shade Dark Warm Brown. It's definitely not quite as thin as the Benefit Precisely My Brow, but that could be good for some people. Probably makes it a little faster, I would imagine. Alright, I think that's good for now. So I like this pencil, but because, like, for me personally, I do prefer a really thin brow pencil. I just think that gets the most, like, natural looking brows. But, I mean, I do like it. I think the color is nice. They had a lot of color options, which is always good. It's still allowing me to get the fine hair strokes. It's not too heavy, which I like, especially since you are going to be going in with a gel after. It's nice to have something that's not so, I don't know, alarming at first. Like, the pencil I feel like is easy to work with is I guess what I'm trying to say. Let's try the gel. I'm very interested about this because if this works sort of like Gimme Brow or something like that, that would be really cool to have just like a one stick, one stop shop for a pencil and a nice gel, like a tinted gel. Okay. Wow. I really, really like this. I mean, that's just my initial first impression. Like I said, this is my first time using it, but I mean, you guys hopefully saw, like, it really allows you to kind of work with those hairs right here in the front. I mean, if you go too overboard, you can always clean it up with like a concealer, or sometimes I don't even put concealer on it. I'll just take my concealer brush and kind of wipe away. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it depends on your style of brow. I like my brow hairs in the front to kind of stand up like that. I think it's nice. I will say it dries quickly, which is good because you don't need to go in with a brow gel on top of it. I don't know, guys. I have not liked a new brow product in a while. I've always been either with my Anastasia brow pencil or my Benefit. So if I like this, this could be a total game changer. Let's try the other brow. So I already got some over there I'm gonna have to clean up. It can definitely get messy, that is for sure, but I feel like any tinted, like, liquidy pomade, any brow stuff like that can. Verdict on the eyebrow pencil. I'm definitely gonna have to play around with it more. I think it did this eyebrow great, but this one I struggled with a little bit more, but that is also because my hairs grow differently right here on both eyebrows. So this one stands up a little more and just looks very nice and fanned out. This one not so much, and the issue that I had with it is that it dries very quickly. So once you put that gel on, and if it's not perfectly how you want it and it dries, it's very hard to maneuver after that. So honestly, it's not like perfect and they don't match perfectly, but that's the best I can do with it right now. What I did end up doing is if this does dry and you kind of want to maneuver it a little better, I did take some concealer and kind of clean up the outer edge, and then I got my Benefit Precisely My Brow and just got a brow brush that didn't have any actual product on it and tried to kind of brush it out to the best of my ability. If you have a little patience and you want to work with it, I do think once you get the hang of it, it would be a really great product to kind of have traveling, especially just to have a gel and a pencil all in one. All right, now let's kind of sweep away this powder. I do like that for baking. I do think it's easier than a beauty blender. Now I'm just going to try to apply powder to the rest of my face using this. I do kind of like the padding of the powder. I don't really ever do this. I feel like no one really does now that we use brushes. But I do think if you want like a more matte, like full coverage finish, this method would definitely help you achieve that. Let's move on to eyeshadow. Not going to be using the Blendiful for my eyeshadow, but I am going to be using the new Fenty Beauty palettes. I'm so excited about these. I think this is such a cool concept. I have not used these yet, so I'm really excited to today. So I got 2 of them. These, if you haven't heard of them at all, basically she came out with 6 different little small palettes like this, and they are numbered, and you can like snap them together. So I have 2 here. I have number 1 and number 4. Number 1 is the True Neutrals, and then number 4 is the Rose. So I liked these the best. I like a lot of them. They're really great palettes. I might, you know, eventually get 2 more, but these are so cool because if you are traveling, you have 2 kind of different color schemes. You can just snap them together and it is still a perfect travel size compact. So I'm really hoping that these shadows perform to my liking as well. I am going to prime my eyes just with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot as usual. So I'll show you guys both palettes. So this is the True Neutrals palette. I really like it. Of course, this is your everyday. I could literally just slap on any of these colors and I would be good to go. But then they also have the Rose, which is so freaking beautiful. Like, come on, that is so gorgeous. Really, really pretty. So I might play around with the rose colors today. I'm going to start off using this shade right here from the Rose palette. Since it's almost Valentine's Day, we'll go with that. And they do have mirrors as well, so that's always nice. I don't know about you guys, but I love playing with pink shadows. I think they're so pretty. So when I saw this palette, I was like, oh my goodness, I love that. So I'm going to kind of make it a little bit dramatic, kind of bring that up quite a bit. So next I'm going to pop over into the Neutrals palette and grab this darker brown shade right here with a more precise blending brush and just pop this into like the outer V. And then sometimes I like to go back over that like blending shade just to make sure none of that got lost. So I think that's good for those, and I am now going to take from the Neutrals palette, I'm going to use this lighter shade right here with a flat shader brush. I'm just going to pack that all over the lid, meeting the crease shades in the middle. And then the last step that I'm going to take, I'm going to switch back over to the Rose palette, and I'm going to take this really glittery shade here and add it to the center. Okay, so I really like the way that looks. I do have this Kat Von D Ultra Ink Liner that I might try to pop on quickly. I just add like a little bit of a thin line there. I don't like to do a wing. I don't know. I just don't feel like wings look that good on my eye shape. That's just me, but I'm gonna do that. And then now I do have lash extensions, so I'm just going to brush those out. And then I do always add a liner to my waterline. I'm just using the Sigma gel liner. And then I go in with mascara for my bottom lashes, and I might add a swipe to my lash extensions today because they did get a little covered up with shadow and all of that. Alright guys, I'm going to do the other eye off camera and then I will be back. Alright, so we are done with eyes. So let's move quickly. I am going to contour just a little bit with my Hoola Caramel, the darker Hoola. I love this stuff. I use it pretty much daily. It's the best. And I'm just going to apply this with, I think this is a Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush. I don't really have a cream bronzer, or I would have tried to use the Blendiful for that. Like I said, this isn't like a full review just of that, so I'm just going to do my makeup how I would normally do everything else, and I will keep you guys updated on the Blendiful. On to a couple of other new products. So the first that I have here is this Sephora collection. I just picked this up, as you can tell. This is the Trio Face Palette by Sephora collection. It's $14, and guys, that is an amazing deal. So if these work pretty well, you guys have to go check them out. I mean, come on. So it comes with a blush and 2 highlighters. I am just going to go in with a regular brush, and this is the shade Radiate. They have these in 4 different color combinations, and they're all very, very pigmented. I swatched them all in the store. This was the lightest of the color combinations. They had another like pinky one, they had a plum one, like kind of like an orangey like coral one. Pigmentation's great. I mean, I think it goes on my skin pigmented as well. They are a little powdery, not as like creamy as some of my other high-end blushes that I have, but I mean, for the price, $14 freaking for a blush and 2 highlighters, pretty dang good, you know? I'm gonna go in with the more dramatic of the 2 highlighters on my cheekbones. Ooh. Okay. Very dramatic. Love it. I mean, it definitely emphasizes a little bit of the texture of my skin, but as long as you got a good skincare routine, girl, I mean, it'll be alright. I mean, come on, guys. This is pretty dang good. Let's try out the middle one just to try them all. I'll put it on my nose. Not quite as dramatic, but that's good. I mean, it's probably, a brush probably still has a little of the other highlight on it. And then I'm actually going to take this middle one and put it even right here. That's really pretty. So the middle one's almost like a little bit gold. Gorgeous. I mean, really just gorgeous. I love this. So these are approved by me. I think for the price, I mean, I've said it a million times, this is a great deal, guys. We have a couple of the Pat McGrath lipsticks. So this was their like little lipstick trio. Yeah, I think I have Christy already, I want to say. So I'm going to try to use something different, but they are a lot darker than I expected. So there's Beautiful Stranger, looks like that. That's like a lot pink. Maybe we'll just go for a full freaking pink look, or this one, which is kind of dark as well, in Flesh 3. We're gonna go with this like pinky one. So if you haven't heard me talk about these lipsticks before, I do really like them. Like I said, I have the Chrissy, is it Chrissy or Christy? Christy. I have the Christy shade in a full size, and I do really like it. Once I apply this, I don't have to reapply all day. Like, it just stays on, and it's not a liquid lip. So it's kind of like a powdery liquid lip, in my opinion. It's kind of weird, but I really like it. It's a little pinky, and I usually don't like pinks on me, but I do think this one's pretty cute. The last product that I wanted to test out with you guys today is the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Matte Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. You guys know I'm a matte bitch, so I like to be matte. I did read some reviews on this. Some people didn't like it, but a lot of people said that the only reason you wouldn't like it is if you don't shake it, which I do have the MAC Cosmetics matte finishing spray, and I really like that one. And you also have to shake that one, or else it gets like little white dots on your face. So we're gonna shake this baby up and then try it out. if this one works, I think I would like it a lot better than the MAC Cosmetics, just because the MAC Cosmetics, the sprayer is not my favorite. I feel like it kind of sprays inconsistently. I feel like the Urban Decay brand has their spray sort of situation down, so I feel like I would like this one better if it does the same job. I'm going to do my hair really quickly and then I will be back, and then we can talk a little bit more about my final thoughts on a lot of these products. Alrighty guys, that is everything. This is the finished makeup look. As you heard in the beginning of the video, this is filmed on a different day, but I did everything the exact same, like I said, except for I did add a lip liner this time to my lips, which I think looks much better. Let me know what you guys think. But as for a like final sort of review on all of the products, with the Blendiful, it's kind of good that I am filming this on a couple days later because I've gotten to use it a little more and I do like it. I think the key with it is like you have to just drag in like long motions almost. Like don't like, I don't know, I felt like the more I blotted actually, the more texture I was seeing. So you kind of just want to like rub it all over your face and then kind of leave it alone. I found the more I went over and over and over with it, the more texture I could see on my skin. I'm going to continue playing around with it, but so far I do like it. I'm wearing, of course, the same foundation. I really like that foundation, guys. It's a medium coverage. It's lightweight. It doesn't bother me. I've been wearing it to work pretty much every single day and I really like it. So that's awesome. The concealer I've been wearing every day. Love it. The eyeshadow palettes. I think these are such a good idea. Like you could eventually collect a bunch of them and then when you're traveling, you can just decide which two do I want to bring, click them right together and you have a little custom palette. I think that is such a good idea. So unique. And then guys, the freaking Sephora Trio, like, this is amazing for the price. Like, are you kidding me? This is so good. I'm obsessed. So if you get one thing from this video, I honestly really suggest these. Like I said, they come in 4 different shades. I got the shade Radiate, I believe. And then the Pat McGrath lipsticks, I really like them. They're dry, but they're kind of supposed to be. It's almost like a liquid lip, but it's like dry. I don't know. It's so hard to explain, but I really, really like them. I know a lot of people didn't like the formula, but I really love them. I don't have to touch it all day, but yet it doesn't feel thick and heavy. I feel like there's nothing on my lips. The brow product, it takes a little getting used to, but I really like it actually now that I'm playing around with it a little more. The primer is good. I mean, I feel like it's nothing to write home about, but it's good. I like it. That's pretty much it, guys. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'm super interested to hear what you think, and I will talk to you guys very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.
Something magical.